Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday Morning Show, Ask the Expert Show. I've got a very special guest today by the name of Rio McGee. He is out of St. Louis area, and I've known Rio for a few years now, and he's been a up-and-coming superstar in the real estate world, and now he's doing Forex trading. I can't even talk this morning, so it must be holiday weekend or something. So, but I'm going to welcome Rio to the show. And Rio, how are you, sir?
I am well. I'm well. I don't know, Gary. Did you start early this morning? I mean, it's a holiday weekend.
Boss, something. I can't. It's one of those days I just can't talk for some reason.
That's
Yeah.
all good. It's all good, man.
Yeah. Well, hey, welcome to the show, Rio. I appreciate it. Thanks for being on.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be on.
yeah, we went back a few years. I first met you doing some like private money and real estate stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where you at? I know this is kind of maybe off topic, but where are you at with your real estate now? Are you still flipping houses and stuff? And
Yeah, definitely. You know, real estate is always the passion and the heart. So never going to give that up. Still flipping houses, still raising private money. And thanks to you, actually, I have a meeting later today or tomorrow for a gentleman who wants to do some with his IRA. So, you know, that was stuff I learned from you and Alan. So yeah,
awesome.
definitely still doing the real estate. Definitely.
Yeah, that is awesome. Now, one of the things that really impressed me when we first met, Rio, was the fact that you were a religious man and
Mm-hmm.
you were literally going out and feeding the homeless, giving away turkeys at Thanksgiving. And that was something that always stuck with me. And I've got to be honest with you, Rio, I've done a little bit of that because of your guidance. And so I started to just, kind of follow in your guidance a little bit. And you motivated me to, feed some people. So,
Man,
I'm not on the level that you are, but yeah.
Man, you know what, Gary? I tell you that touches me, man, and that was one of the things that I wanted to do. One, I wanted to fulfill the need that is there, but also I wanted to add exposure so that other people would go and see that the need is there and also help to fill it because there's a lot of people in need, man. And for you to say that and to do that, that is awesome. Kudos to you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. So one day I might be as big as you, feeding all the people.
Well,
I mean, you're out there on the streets today, all the time. So
well, the whole goal is for none of us ever to have to be big at that, you know. So if we keep doing it, then we can, get rid of it. You know, my prayer is that no one goes hungry, no one is homeless. That's why we do have a big thing for veterans. We not only feed the veterans, but we also house veterans, with the housing that we do. So, it's a ministry, but it's from the heart because it's definitely needed.
Yep, absolutely. So, well, hey, we're here to talk about a little bit of Forex trading and maybe you got this big screen behind you. Well, tell us what's that?
So this is the stuff you want to talk about right here. All these little zigzags and numbers and stuff.
All the squiggly lines back here. What is Forex trade? What is Forex for the most part?
Well, since you asked, Gary, I'll tell you. Here's the gist of it. In some shape or form or fashion, if you've ever either gone out of country and exchanged money, or if you put your money in a bank, because the bank does this with your money regardless of what you do. But if you've gone out of the country and my phone is ringing, and why is that is so amateur? One second. I had to stop. I can let that go. But if you've gone out of the country and you've exchanged money, so if you go to from U.S. to London and you exchange your money for the pound, well, there's a value in between what the U.S. dollar is and the pound, right? Mm-hmm. And in that valuation of learning that valuation, a Forex trader is able to make money by trading the value of the two currencies. Every country has its own currency. Every currency has its own intrinsic value. And between compared to each other, there is a difference in that value. And that value either goes up down or sideways. And when it goes up and down, we're able, like I said, to by projecting that, by using these little squiggly lines right here, we're able to determine and to make money. And usually, now this big screen, I don't even use this. This is truly just for when we do the show. All right. I use this when I actually make money trading Forex. I use this. I might use a laptop. I don't even use this big screen right here. But in using it, we're able to go on each day wherever there's as long as you got your cell phone and a Wi-Fi connection and knowledge, you can go on and make money trading Forex currency.
Yeah. So tell me just a little bit like why you got started into Forex trading. Like what was the important aspect of doing that?
First and foremost, I'm an investor. Just with real estate, I have an investor's heart. And one of the key things in investing is diversifying. And so real estate, I have great things going on with that. And I was looking for something that was easy to do, something I can use, today's technology I can learn on. I didn't have to deal with tenants, toilets, inspectors, and contractors and all that stuff. So I was just looking for something. I was introduced to Forex actually probably my father was the first person he actually was a trader, and he actually was. It doesn't sound good to say that he was a trader, does it? He was a Forex trader, and so that was my first one where I learned a bit from him, but really didn't get into it that much then. And then a year ago, got reintroduced to it through from IM Academy, and kind of picked it up slowly but surely. But more so this year, just kind of went all heads on into it because it's an awesome skill set to learn. The thing about Forex, like I said, it is truly a skill set. It's something to where once you learn it, they can't take it away from you. No one can take it away from you. It's yours. And you can take that knowledge and pass it on. The Bible says my people die from lack of knowledge. Well, this is one of those things that lack of knowledge that the average person has, that they don't have. And by being empowered with this skill set, you have that power to stop dying in a sense of financial death, dying in a sense of just poverty period, dying in a sense of time death and not having time to do things. When you learn a skill set like this, it empowers you and gives you that type of thing. And that was, again, something else that interests me about Forex. For that, the financial stability of it, the freedom of it, and then to the ability to share it. Because I believe this is one of those things that everyone needs to know. You know how they have that saying, well, hey, I wish I would have known this in high school. I wish we would learn this in high school.
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that? We all said that, right? Well, This is one of those things. And even more so now, when we were in high school, Gary, and I'm a little older than you, I believe, when we were in high school, it wasn't as easy then to learn it as it is now because of technology. We didn't have these. Well, when I was in high school, they had the phones with on the waist with the big case. Didn't have apps on those. You couldn't learn Forex on those. But with these little things we carry around every day, these are actually money making machines, and we're able to do that. And because of that, like I said, going back to your question of why, that was all those things are one of the reasons why I got into Forex and shows and decided to really go to still doing my real estate. Love that. This is just another stream of income.
Okay. How much time do you spend on a day-to-day basis doing your trading?
Not much time. I actually, if I stick to plan, I actually only trade like twice a day. And it's a situation where we look at the charts. These are charts right here. We use these charts. These are candlesticks, and then right here, these are indicators. And we're trying to determine this right here is price. This is where the price of that particular index is going. It's going down right now. And by determining that and using that, I'm able to see, okay, what part of the trade I want to get into. And that may take every bit of 10 to 30 minutes of doing that. I can set my I don't have to sit there and watch the screen, the charts all day. I can set my entries and my X's and all that, and also my risk management, all that. And I can go for a jog like I usually do. I'm an avid bike rider, and so I'm an avid cyclist. So we'll go for a ride, and and I'll come back and look and see if I was correct in my analysis. And if so, then there should be money in the account. If not, then I might go for a longer ride just to get rid of some stress or something. But for me, the type of trading that I do, I'm a scalper, what they call a scalper. I get in and get out. I'm not there all day. There's different types of trading strategies, and a lot of times it's based on your personality. I'm one of those go guys, and so for me to sit and watch and just look at charts all day, it's not my style. Not to say there's anything wrong with it. So any of you guys who do that, keep doing it. But for me personally, I don't spend a lot of time in it. Like I said, so I trade in the morning and I'll trade in the evening, and usually I'm out.
Okay. Now you did mention something like you say your entry and exits. Like what exactly does that mean?
So that means that in regards of where I'm going to enter into a market, so what price I might enter at and what price I might exit at. All of this right here is based on price. Again, we're talking money here. So think of dollar value and like that. So though these are not regulated in dollars, they're regulated in points or pips. And so, but we'll just talk in regards of dollars. So let's just say if this was at right now, price is at 5929. So if this is all my indicators are telling me to get in at 5929, then I will get in there and I might say, okay, based on how much I want to make that day, I may say, well, I believe this price is going to go up. And if it's at 5929, I might say I want to get out at 5950 at that point. So that was my entry at the price, and then my exit would be the 5950. Now, one other thing that it is, there's risk management. This may go down. Well, I can prevent the amount of loss that I might incur because, again, this is investing, so there's always a risk of loss. I can also set what's called a stop loss, and that stop loss will do exactly that, stop my loss. So if they're thinking this is going to go down, if this may happen to go down, so like right now it's going up. So it was at 5929 originally. If it goes now, let's say 5920. Well, I can set it to stop right there and to mitigate and take me out of the trade. So now I'm not losing any money right there. Or I may take a small loss, but again, that's it. So what a lot of people have to understand, you think that, oh, stock market, this is actually, you're going to lose your money. Well, there's a thing. One of the number one things that we learn, one of the first things that we learn is risk management. The whole goal is to prevent the loss. Then is to make the money like that. And then also I mentioned word stock, and what people don't realize about the Forex industry, the stock market is a $5 billion per day industry. A lot of money goes in the stock market, right? Yep. The Forex market is a $6 to $7 trillion a day industry. Big deal.
Wow. That's a huge market.
We're talking money here. We are talking everybody's money. We're talking money. And that's so what that's to say is that now understand this. The big banks, they're going to take most of that money. Let's just say if it's 6 trillion, let's say if the big banks take 5 trillion of that. There's still $1 trillion left for us, the retail trader, to go out and get. Now, I don't know about you, Gary, but my bills don't equal up to $1 trillion. I don't need a whole lot of money, right?
That's last month's bills.
Yeah, that was last month's bill. This month I kind of saved a little bit. I didn't do too much. But in saying that, there is a lot of money out there in the market each and every day for the average person who has the education to do it. And that's the whole key, Gary, is education and mentorship. Just like anything, how we met, I met you at an educational function, and then I hired you as a mentor. And that I will receive success from there. Same thing in this. That's what we do. We connected with an amazing platform that provides the education, and then my company and others that are connected to the platform. I'm under Traders Den, who's under Trade Masters, who's under the Wall Street family, And so we all come together to learn this and to become successful at this. And but it all starts with the education and the mentorship, because otherwise all this stuff won't matter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is, like, I think you and I had a conversation, Rio, that like when I was in high school, I never heard of Forex. I didn't even really know of like stock markets until after, and I had to educate my own self because my family, we didn't really do much in the stock market when I was growing. I don't even know if my parents still do at this point,
Right.
So I had to go out and learn on my own. But like the stop and the risk management and stuff like that, is that automatically done, Rio, or do you literally got to log in and like literally Excel, or how does that work?
So when I'm actually setting my trades up, I like when I'm putting in that numbers on this. Like I said, this was like 5936 again. So this has been good for us because it's steady going up. So when I put those in, again, I'm sitting on my phone and I'm doing this wherever I'm on the beach, at home, at the gym, at the office, wherever you are. There's three numbers in which you can put in. If I'm putting in what's called a pending order, you can. But there's three numbers you can put in. That's the asking price. That's your take profits. So that when I say we want to go to 5950, that 50 would be our take profit, and that's exactly what it means. That means that you made money and you want to take your profit, so you're getting out. And then the other number would be our SL, which is that stop loss, and that's one of the most important ones. That's probably the most important one, because without that, you're putting yourself at much risk. And I'll be candid with it, because this is, we're talking. I don't always use that, and usually the times when I don't, are usually the times when I wish I would have. But there's a level of discipline that comes with this. And the more disciplined you are with this and doing it and using those numbers, your stop loss and your risk management, the better off and the less stress you will get in this, and the more enjoyable it is, because this actually is an awesome thing, Gary. You and I were talking, and I was telling you that one of the powerful things about Forex trading is that it levels the playing field. With everything that's going on in our society, that has been going on for forever, whether it's racism, or whether it's sexism, or whatever. No one knows who you are when you're trading this. So they don't know whether you're white, black, male, female, gay, straight, or whatever. It doesn't matter. They don't know you in this. So there's no one that can stop you from succeeding in this. And so there is no, hey, someone stop me. It's all you. You're the power. And so that's going back to your original question. That was another major thing that was benefiting this, is that it's what I make it. The opportunity is there. The ability is. I'm consistently working on that. Me and the team, we're always doing that with the platform. There's plenty of educational opportunities, and with that, it allows a single mom who's at home with kids, and when she puts the kids down, who may not have time to get a job or a second job when she may need it, but yet she can log on, learn this, and from her cell phone, she can make money to help support her family. The guy who, the father who, may have been laid off. There were 40 million people laid off recently. We all know this. We all heard of this. You know who was not laid off? The Forex currency traders. Because money was still rolling worldwide. I mean, it slowed down a little bit, but there was still a lot of money being made, because you have this skill set and you go on. And Gary, on average, any given day, my trading goal, just like you have a business plan, I have a trading plan. My trading plan on average is $500 a day minimum. 500, max out at 1,000, but $500 to $1,000. But let's just go with a 500.
Okay.
Which is not far-fetched. Which is not, like, oh my God, it's not using a lot of money. To give an example, let's say the single mom who's at home, who's learned this skill, she could take $500, have as little as $500, put it into a brokerage account, and trade that and increase that money daily. Example being, I have an account that, and because I knew I was coming on Ask the Expert, so I had an account that I had a little more. I had $600 in it. All right. So I put 600 bucks in this account. I'm gonna pull it up now. I did this morning. All right. So I did this morning. Woke up, went for a jog, showered, and all that stuff. And right about now, Gary, I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna see if you can see this. Can you see that? Uh,
It's a little blurry, but
little blurry. All right.
yeah,
I'll read it out to you guys, and I apologize.
Yeah.
I might need to. All right. So here's the
You're
deal.
good.
I did my analysis based on what I learned through the academy. I had account had 600 bucks in it. I did 2 trades, both of them for 30 cents. All right, 30 cents, Gary. One of the trades is up to $184. The other one is up to $232.
So that's 300 some bucks this morning.
That's 400 bucks.
400.
I'm a little over $400. I'm almost to my goal of 500. Have I been sweating? Have I been tolling? Have I been clocking in, Gary? No, I have not.
Well, you've been sweating. You were on a bike ride.
Well, yeah, I was, but I wasn't sweating doing this. I did. So I had a pretty good run. But
yeah.
But the thing is, and that is no kudos to me. There's kudos to a skill set that is learnable. That is, you don't have. It's not rocket science. My thing is, I say it's learning Forex is like learning a foreign language, a new language. Who learns a new language from scratch? What's the youngest person that learns a new language from scratch? A baby. Yep. So in essence, if you are as smart as a baby, you can learn Forex. The way that baby learns, though, is that baby is around other people who are experienced, and they're the baby's mentor in teaching them that new language. And then that baby becomes successful in speaking that language. Same thing with this. I started off as a baby, got around people who were speaking the language, learning from them, learning from my mentors, plugging in. That baby is plugged in every day, hearing people speak the language. I'm not plugged in 24 hours a day, so the baby has a bit of an advantage on me, right? But I am plugged in, through the courses and listening, learning on my own time, and being able to learn this skill set. Reach out to my mentors and say, hey, I mentor as well. By the way, Gary, that one up to 30 cents is up to 200. So I'm at $444 now. All right.
Okay.
But that baby, I'm able to plug in, and as I'm mentoring others, I have, just like how were you, when you mentor other people, Gary, you have mentors as well that you can go to, right?
Absolutely.
Same thing with us. What we do with currency trading through IM Academy and Traders Den is that we are connected, and we mentor those who are starting out, and we get continuous mentoring because there's always an opportunity to learn. Always been there.
Well, now let me ask you a question here. Like you referenced, like the single mom making money to pay bills and so forth. So like the money you've got now, like the $400 some you just made this morning, you can cash that out today type of scenario.
And I can literally, good question, awesome question. I could literally hit a button right now, close out of the trade. That money is in my brokerage account. That single mom could take that money and transfer it right to her bank account, Cash App card, Venmo, you name it, and go and pay and buy her kids some food that day.
Okay.
Every day, except for Saturdays because it's closed on Saturdays. But literally, yeah. So what we're talking right here, we're talking, Gary. This is income readily available right there, knowing the skill set. So now. And I go back and forth with wholesalers. Now, trust me, I wholesale. I love wholesaling properties. Real estate, like I said, is my passion. But I challenge wholesalers these days as well. It's like, look, in learning this skill set, because while we're waiting to market, while we're marketing for deals, whatever mode we may go to market for deals, the next step, we got to talk to sellers. We've got to negotiate. We got to look at properties, send out contracts. There's a lot of things we've got to do to make that $5 to $10 grand, on average per deal, right?
Yep.
And the deal with this, as far as those wholesalers who are looking to diversify and continue wholesaling, I encourage them to look into this Forex because this is that stream of income where you can determine you can make on your at will, based off of
Yeah.
learning this, in addition to what you're doing with real estate. And truthfully, like I said, I've already made almost $500 today, and I didn't have to talk to a seller. I didn't have
Yep.
to. I challenge any wholesaler within a couple of about 2 hours to be able to make $500, doing
Yep.
wholesale. Well,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying don't do that. Don't stop wholesaling and just do that unless you want. But think of how powerful both of them will be together, And
Yeah.
and that's the key. Again, it's about diversifying. And that's whether you're wholesaling, that's really any, it doesn't matter you're just doing real estate. Even if you have your own business, whether you're 9 to 5, whether you're, working corporate America, doesn't matter. This
Yep.
is that other side of where you can make money in addition to what you do or in replace of what you do.
Yeah, and it does sound like you could actually, like, if you had a 9 to 5, get on in the morning, get your trades and your settings set, and then by the time you get off, you're making money as well, and you can sell or whatever you need to do at the end. So you're doing multiple trades.
I tell you, Gary, once you learn, you're totally right with that. And depending on the type of trader you are, for some of you who work a 9 to 5 and you get up in the morning, depending upon your trading skill and your ability and learning this, by the time you get out of the shower and get to the car, you've probably done with your trades and you're off. You've made your money before you go to work.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now,
it can happen that quick.
yeah.
But not all the time. To understand that.
Yeah. Now, do you have to pay taxes on the profits that you make? Like, how does that work, Rio?
Of course, this is U.S. So the U.S. is going to get their money. They're going to get their tax. So it's just like any other income. And you can set up your trading in 1 or 2 as an individual, and of course you're going to get taxed as an individual, or you can set up with some brokers they allow you to set up as an LLC. So therefore you can set up as an LLC and trade under that, and courses you take. Like I said, if you join the academy and that becomes a write-off, some portions of your losses become a write-off as well. And any of the tools that you might use, if you go ahead and design your little studio where you have TVs that you don't use, you can write that also. But yeah, so definitely, yeah, you're going to pay taxes on it.
Yeah. All right. Now, somebody getting started, how does somebody get started? Do they need lots of money to get started? Like, what's that sound like? What's that look like?
I'll speak to the exact way that I got started. There's different ways, but the way in which I suggest is like what I did. I joined the academy. There's others out there. I can only vouch for the one that I joined. If anyone's interested in that, they'll have my information. You can I can walk you through, talk you through, and answer any other questions. But joined the academy, started taking lessons, and really just started watching videos. And through the academy, you start off, you watch videos at your own time, at your own leisure, wherever you are. And then from there, and the awesome things, there's Academy has a platform called Go Live. And Go Live is literally where you can log on any time of the day, and there's live instructions going on, and upwards of 10 languages. So and different skill levels. So you can go live, and you can watch, and it's interactive. So you can ask questions, you can communicate with the instructor and ask questions. Okay, what does this squiggly line right here mean? What does it mean when it's going up? So, and you can get your answers, and it becomes part of the process. And then from there, we also have different groups, for instance, like with Traders Den and Trade Masters and Wall Street Family, where we connect daily, where there's opportunities for the beginning person to connect daily and pretty much have their hand held as they're learning this process and going through it and getting an understanding and getting the terminology, getting what everything means, and the process of actually being able to submit a trade and enter a trade. So, like I said before, there's never any opportunity of loss for education and or support, because as traders, then what we do, and once you become part of the academy, we support you all the way. That's our goal.
Mhm.
My goal is I have I guess you could say a heart for men learning this, and women actually become some of the best traders, just so you guys know. But I have a heart for men learning this because at Traders Inn we believe this, that men are both the problem and the solution in our society. And understand when I say this, we believe that if we can affect a man's mind and his wallet and his heart, then in turn the household would follow, and in turn the community will follow and be affected. So if we can get that man's mind right and teach him this skill set where he can take this and treat this to his wife, his girlfriend, his children, his significant other, whatever, and then they learn it and it just kind of grows from there. Now that household is empowered.
Yeah.
Other households become empowered. And that's the goal. And so with that, learning that with that mentorship, that's what the purpose of that for. That's what we have. We have a group called Bears, Bulls, and Beasts of Forex, and the goal is to empower. My goal is to empower 1,000 men, and I'm speaking into existence 1,000 men, and that is empowering 1,000 families and 1,000
Yeah.
communities. And you know, you go from there. But that's the goal. So that's how a person will get started. Again, joining the academy. As far as money wise, how much does it cost? It becomes really nominal, a nominal amount. The amount for the academy is like $234 to enroll, and then $175 a month. Again, that's $234 in enrollment. Now you're basically think of it as like going to a prestigious university without the high student loans. All right, so
Yeah.
234, and you're paying 175 a month, and then the 175 in two ways become a nothing. I just showed you right here how I make $500 a day. I would not have been able to make that $500 a day if I hadn't paid that 175. So
Yeah.
was that worth it? Yeah, definitely. But let's take it even small. Let's take it for a person that's starting. What if a person only make $100 a day, using
Mhm.
30 cents with $500 in their account, or a dime? You can even make $100 off of a dime learning the skill set. And an average month, that's $2,000. What would an extra $2,000 do for an average household? You know, we
Oh,
just
it
had
changed many lives.
it was change a lot of lives, and we
Yep.
just did that with only spending $175 and only having about $500, and you can grow it from there. But only have about $500 in an account and grow it from there. That's actually $24,000 on average that a person can potentially make, and it can change a lot of households in that. And that's on a small scale on that. And so in doing that, so the 175 is great. And then too, what the academy does is that you have, you know, we all know somebody like, yeah, I have friends, you know, who when I started, I was telling my friends, hey man, like, we all have that buddy, that friend, that brother, that sister, or whatever we grew up and said, hey, you know, we're gonna have the big houses together. We're gonna be, you know, our family's gonna vacation. Well, this is
Yep.
that one thing where you introduce this to that friend. You get and two people. If the academy said if you have two people who join this and you know they do it, your tuition becomes free. So for that single mom who knew two other single moms who
Yeah.
needed this opportunity as well, they learned, well, guess what? Now that single mom doesn't pay the 175 anymore as long as they're in, and she's continued able to grow and to make her money and to support her family. And like I said, that 100 that grows from there. She can go on to become a heck of a trader and teach this to her kids. So the single dad, the family, whomever,
That's awesome. Yeah.
that's the goal, that was the beauty of Forex, and that was also the beauty of the Academy of IM Academy. Now others out there are different. There's a lot of great places. This was the one that hit home for me. And actually, the CEO was just written up in Forbes. They did a big article on him, Forbes, and how the company's helping a lot of people improve their lives just from learning this skill set. It's a
Yep.
great thing.
Now, obviously, Rio, not everybody's going to make money right away. You know, the risk of investments and stuff. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
have you lost money yourself? And
Oh,
like, how hard is
Gary,
it to make money?
Gary, I lost money yesterday. Yeah, there's no lie in this. So the question is this: you're not coming in. The average person is just like if we got to understand. We got to put this into perspective. Now I told you on average, $500 a day. I hit that on average each day. That's 120,000 a year. So that's six figures. All right. To
Yep.
make six figures, you know, you're going to college for that on average, or you're starting a business or whatever, and you're investing a lot of money to do that, right?
Yeah.
Well, and not a lot of money, but let's take the college route. If you're going to college to be, let's say, an attorney, attorneys make six figures. You can make attorney money easily, and there's 6 and 7 figure traders. Some of my mentors in this 6 and 7 figures from doing this, but they didn't start off making money in the beginning. Just like if you're going to school to be an attorney, you've got college and you've got law schools. So you got about 8 years or so before you even see a dime, right?
Yeah,
The average,
absolutely.
the average trader, and you've got student loans, right? Hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? The average trader, you're not coming in the first 30 days on average making any money. So don't come in as learning. Don't come into this game with the folks, oh, I got to make money right now. All right.
Yeah.
Come into this game and look, I've got to get the education right now that will lead you to the money. Now,
Yep.
the amazing thing about it, though, is that the money isn't necessarily far away. Because once you get the basics, once you get the understanding, you go through the academy and you're learning what the instructors are talking about, the next step is that you get the opportunity to earn while you learn. Because one of the things that the academy does is they give you a tool that it has a 90% accuracy rate. It's called the harmonic scanner. And then you get the ability, it's doing all the hard work for you. It's doing all the stuff that you're learning to do. It's doing that now until you learn how to do it. So you
Yeah.
can go on and use the software to start making money. And on average, I would say probably the second month of knowing this, get comfortable, get adjusted to it, that the average person may be ready to do it then, that second month, as far as putting a little money into the market. But the great thing about it prior to that is that you can use a demo account. So that's fake money, but real time information.
Yeah.
So to get the confidence, to get just the process down, you can use a demo account, the harmonic scanner with real time information, and make fake money until you got that confidence. And that's usually what it's about, is the confidence that people need to get, and
Okay.
then start using the real money. And that can happen as early as within the second month of, I would say, at least waiting the second month. And then the other thing, the opportunity for trading is that a lot of the instructors and everything, and even myself and our team, we give out signals. We'll give trading ideas for the new people to say, hey, just like the harmonic scanner would do, we say, hey, this is a trade that I'm going into. Like I said, this one right here, it was at 29 when we went up. It's up to 40 now. So that would be more like, hey, Gary, I'm getting into this trade. It's at 29. I'm going to ride it up to 50. This is how much I'm going to do it. And you might check into it and see what you think, if it works for you. And if that's something that works for you, then Gary, you do it. You can just be a newbie into it. Gary's still going through the academy. So there's great opportunity to learn. There's always a level of risk in it as far as losing money. Will you lose money in this? Yes. Anyone who's ever gone to work has lost money. Anyone who's ever opened a business has lost money. Anyone who's ever traded has lost money. I've lost money in real estate. You've lost money in real estate. The opportunity of loss is there. You're gonna lose money, but the goal is to manage that risk, and of course to make more than you lose. So everybody's coming in is gonna lose money and it happens. It's just part of life. It's part of business. It's part of trading.
What's the most you've lost?
The most I've lost in one time, I would say $1,500.
Okay.
$1,500 at one time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was probably in a matter of 10 minutes. Now understand this: the type of trading that I do, like I said, I'm a go guy, right? The type of trading I do is a bit volatile trading, and it just fits my personality. There's trading where you can come in and you can trade currency pairs, for instance, like the US dollar versus the Aussie dollar. It's a nice moving pair, but doesn't move as far as the indexes that I do. I do indexes, and so with those, a lot slower movement, you can regulate it. Yeah, you can control it. And then even in that, there's what's called a position trader. They go a little longer. They're looking for the long ride. Swing traders, they go for not as long, little maybe into the day. Maybe the next day, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm what's called a scalper. I'm getting in, I'm getting out, as we call. I'm grabbing the bag and I'm running. And so with that, it comes a level of greater risk, and then it's just a level of greater education and experience. So it's just more of a learning process, and the thing to do. But yeah, you definitely, there's ways of minimizing risk, but in the type of trading that I do, like I said, I like to get the money and go. And so there's a level of, like I said, there's definitely a level of risk in it.
Yeah. With the risk and everything, but what are some of the things that are like life lessons that you've learned since you started doing Forex trading?
Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. I'm gonna tell you, the reason why I lost the $1,500 is because, like I'm saying, there's a business plan, you have a trading plan. My trading plan is, like I said, I trade 2 times a day. My goal is a minimum of $500 to $1,000, but at least if I hit the $500, then I'm out. And it works because of the strategy that I have that allows me to do that most days. The times when I did not do that and I was chasing the trade, chasing the money, oh man, now this looks like a good trade, and I get in and got out of the plan, lost focus, and just got greedy.
Yeah.
Simple greed. Greed will kill you in any game, just in life. And not sticking to the plan is life lesson. Stick to the plan, stay focused, and you do well. You do good.
Yeah. Now, are you selling all your stuff every day, like at the end of the day, so then you start new over the next morning, or what?
No. So that would be more like the swing. I might be in, literally, Gary, when I gave that example of the person going to work in the morning.
Yep.
There are times where, depending upon what the marketing is doing, and like on average at the most, I'll go from 10 cents to $3 as far as leveraging per trade.
Yeah.
Right. And let me touch upon that real quick. Let me say it this way. We can take leverage, like we do with real estate. We leverage properties, right?
Yep.
You do the same thing with this. And what I mean by leverage, I might say, hey, I'm going to use $3 of my account to trade with. And in that $3, let's say that I put up for leveraging, I'm going to make 500. And my goal is to make 500, right? So I'm using $3 to make 500 in a very short period of time. Typically, if I did it right, my analysis right, I'm probably in that trade no longer than 20 minutes. So I'm gonna make that $500 with about 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, only leveraging $3 of my account on any given point. So every time that goes up, that's another $3. A little more. And so now when I look at things, when I look at bills, or if I look at a property or something like that, or if or the kids, they need something like that, I think of it in $3 increments. Okay, that's a trade. That's about
there you go.
Right. So like I said, we're getting wealthy over here, $3 at a time.
Yeah.
So again, but it's the power of leveraging. I don't look at things as dollar signs anymore. Again, I look at it as points and pips. But ideally, it's like $3. Okay, I'm getting in. That's about $3, and I'm gonna do about 3 trades, and that thing is paid for. I get a $1,500 something that costs $1,500. There's a bike. I told you I'm a cyclist. They've got this bike. It's called the Baby Maker. Big plug. Baby Maker. It's an electric bike, but it looks like a road bike. $1,500. I said, okay, all right, 3 trades, and I got it. So
there you go.
So that's so. In saying that, I'm getting in and I'm getting out. To answer your question.
So why wouldn't somebody say if you're making, $500, say like in a 20-minute period scenario, why wouldn't you stay on there a little bit longer?
Because it's not part of it's not, sometimes I do, but for the most part, it's not part of my plan. Now, because here's the thing about it. Now, in some situations, I do, because like I said, my goal and my minimum goal is 500. I'll go to 1,000, and the reason why I get the 1,000 it's usually not in one trade. Not to say that it can't be, because it's very easy too. But again, I said I trade 2 times a day. I'll make the 500 in the morning. I'll go back in to make another 500 at night. And again, understand this. This is only based off of me learning this. This is based off of, of strategy and time and some experience. So not everybody coming in is that you're not coming in just doing it off the top. That's luck. Gambling more so if you do. So I just want to make that disclaimer above and beyond anything. But the opportunity is actually there to do that. I did a trade actually on the first. I do a thing called midnight run, where I'll enter a trade at nighttime and I'll let it run to the morning. And that was a trade. It was a $2 trade, and my intention in that strategy was to let it go because my analysis said that the price is going to continue to go up overnight, and it did. So from $2, when I woke up, I did 2 of those, and it was one was for 2,500 when I woke up, the other was like for $1,200, something like that. So that wasn't the $500 strategy, So those are 2 in that one time period where it ran up, and was able to make that in that particular night. And the thing about it, that isn't a once in a lifetime thing. That's not every now and then. Those opportunities, as I say, the bus keeps coming. There's always another trade coming. And so to answer your question again, a person definitely can. It's not part of my strategy. My strategy is get 500, I'm in and out, and I'm done. Now, at some point in time, that 500 might go to $1,000 per trade. So make $2,000 per day. It's very doable. It's not far-fetched. Some of you guys who are not familiar with this, and this may be new to you, be like, oh, come on, this is too good to be true type of thing. It's not. Trust me. There are people who make, and even my mentors who make way more than that. They hear that and they start laughing. But it's very doable. But again, it's based off of learning a skill set.
Yeah, very cool. Now, what's the most you've ever made?
Like I said, the most I ever made in one time was like about $4,500, and that was on a trade. And again, that was like, I think I had leveraged about $2 or $3 on that.
Okay.
And that's like I said, that's in one particular trade. Now I will tell you this: I just missed out overnight on a $6,000 trade that I could have leveraged for $3. That was last night, and I just wasn't in on the trade. I actually woke up late and I just looked at it, and it was too soon for me to get in without doing my analysis. And had I gotten up 30 minutes earlier, $6 grand right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So
it happened.
Oh man, but it's part of the game.
It's part of it. But here's the thing about, like I said, there's always another bus coming. That's $6,000 opportunity. And I get off the phone with you, when I get off this call with you, and if I decide to do some analysis, it's probably there's an opportunity right there. I'm gonna look back into this trade, see where we are. It went down a little bit. I'm still about $400, a little under $400. Yeah. But
that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, we've been on the call almost 50 minutes now, so we're going to be kind of wrapping up here shortly anyway. But what's some kind of like last minute advice for somebody wanting to get into the Forex, foreign exchange trading, and like what's some last minute advice we can give some people, and where can they find information to get started as well?
Information to get started would be at my site, learntotradeforex.com. Again, that's learn, the number 2, trade, the number 4, and x.com. Learntotradeforex.com. They can also find me on Facebook, Rio McGee. You can check it out. Pretty sure you might put in a link, Gary.
Also, we can put a link in.
Great. Some last minute advice would also be is to learn this. It's not rocket science. Don't be fearful. Don't be afraid of it. Learn it. Parents, let your kids learn this. I'm telling you, because the kids know technology, and this is like a big video game to them. They will you teach your kids how to learn this, and you don't have to worry about them living with you for the rest of their lives. Teach your kids this, and I'm telling you, they will learn. They will be amazing at it. It's one of those, whether they're going off to college or not, whatever. This is a skill set that they can learn. They can go. And parents as well, make the Forex part of the dinner table conversation. That's what it needs to be, because we need this. You know, people need this because there's a lot of ways of making money. This is just one of the ways because of the availability of the knowledge that's out there. And now with the internet and cell phones, it has just gotten a heck of a lot easier to learn this and do it. So my encouragement is to do it, whether you come and get mentoring with us, with Traders Den, and go through the academy, which I would tell you will probably be the best way to go about it. But there's also other ways. But here's what I would say: do not do. Do not try to enter into the $6 trillion per day industry based off of videos that you learn on YouTube. All right. Not
YouTube
to say
is great for some things, right?
YouTube is great for something. Now, I learned how to do an epoxy countertop, and it came out great because I learned it on YouTube, right? But surgery, I would not learn how to try to learn it on YouTube.
It's not like staying the Holiday Inn, huh?
Right. Come on. I would not try. Now, like I said, there's some great tips out there. But it's using that as your learning platform, as your school. YouTube University is great for a lot of things, but connect with an actual educational platform, whether it's one we're connected with or whether someone out there. Get a mentor, someone learn from their mistakes and their successes, and don't try. You can try it if you want to. Some of you will, a very small percentage, you will be successful at it, but most of you are just going to lose money. You're going to say, "Oh, it didn't work." You're going to get discouraged. So set yourself up for success in the beginning. You know, if you got to pay a little bit because it's worth it. It will definitely be worth it. It can change your life, change your family's life, change your community life. So go for it.
That's all. Now, one last question before we go, Rio. You mentioned, like teaching your children and so forth, right? Yeah. Is there a mentor program or a videos for training children how to do this, or is it something?
So when we speak of children, so let's say under 13, all right. Under 13 older, you can, so under 13, there's like little programs. There's one called Baby Pips or something like that. That my kids are older than that, so I've never get on it, but I've heard about it. That's a great way, so you can look on that. The best thing would be is that the children learn it from the parents. You know, parents learn it and instilling it in their children will be the best way. Teenagers, I would say the academy, especially the closest to legally trade, you have to be 18. All right, as far as to have a brokerage account. To go through the academy, there is no age. So you can learn it. And the teenager, teenagers are helping their parents with technical stuff anyway. So the teenager can learn it and can partner with the parent and trade. The parent can legally open up the brokerage account. The teenager that may have the knowledge and and learning from it, and they work together and they can benefit, and the family can benefit from it.
Okay, very cool. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you being on the show. We're over our time, so I appreciate you staying on longer than I told you we was going to.
So,
one last thing, you do a lot of donations, and I noticed on Facebook you were actually passing out food and stuff the other day. How does somebody kind of maybe, if they are interested in maybe helping make a donation to the church or to your organization, how would they go about doing that, Rio?
Well, great. We're actually setting up, I would say first, the simplest way is just to reach out to me on instant message me on Facebook. We're looking to probably set up a GoFundMe type thing to raise to give food and supplies to the homeless, especially now with the winter coming up. We're going to be doing a big blanket drive. So if anyone who is actually local in St. Louis, you can connect. You can even go out with us. I usually go out every Saturday or Sunday, usually every Saturday morning to the different homeless camps. To give them supplies of food like that. Quick Trip, thank you guys. They've been amazing in helping. Thanks to Pastor Neas Williams and the Spirit Church and the men's locker room because they've been amazing. We just fed like 75 people breakfast yesterday. Saturday. But yeah, so the thing would be is to reach out to me on Facebook, and then when we get the GoFundMe deal set up is to do that. Just didn't want to get too much into the whole money thing. Right about now, we just didn't want to get, people think, oh, what is he doing with the money? Well, I'm giving it to the people, But but as far as right now, once we get that set up, we'll those who've reached out to me, I will definitely hit back to you and let you know, hey, how you can connect with us and donate.
we appreciate what you're doing, man. I mean, you're doing a great thing, service
Yeah,
to your community and
thank you.
so forth. So, well, hey, I appreciate it. Thanks again for being on the show, and we're finishing up with today's episode. So, tune in
Gary,
next week, and yeah,
real quick. I want to do this. I want to interview you on your show. Can we flip the camera one day? And let me. I mean, nobody. You're an expert, buddy. What's up? Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
We'll make that an episode where we'll flip it around.
There we go. That's what we're talking. I want to do that. All right.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. Let's do that in a few weeks or so.
I'm ready. I'm ready when you are.
All right. Thanks, guys, for being on the show. Thanks, Rio. And thanks, you guys, for tuning in.